Marr now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Mike.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On second down, it's Drake. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
Lucky. Check 50, check 50.
And on the left side here, Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, quarter. Go! Check!
Here's Rosen. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Another try after the first down sack. Rosen, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. On first and 10, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll try again with Elliott. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Here we go now with Olawale. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Punching it in from a yard away. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And, Charles, maybe that's one they had dialed up. Hey, if we're in a 4th and goal situation, we're going to our muscle.
And you can feel the boom, boom, boom all the way up here where we sit. The earth was shaking, and he found his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but that's such a great guy to have around the goal line, isn't it?
Indeed it is. It's a great extra dimension to add to your offense. When you can finish things with power, that's hard for a defense to deal with.
We play to win. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Rosen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Under 10. 10. Slam. You draw Porter. Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to ski. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey.
Now Rosen on first down. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Drake, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Hey, check. Alert. Switch up. Mike's 50.
Hey, team 6.
Mike's 50.
What do you got?
50.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Prescott now. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. And over the middle, this is Parker. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Cowboys' 29-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, let go.
Now Drake, and an alley to run. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Hey, Orbit.
Now a handoff for Drake. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Watch Twig. Watch. Middle. Smooth.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Buying time to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Alert.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, really the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray 1st, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Will I be okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Well, we got a second. We remind you that the Madden Championship Series is back and better than ever. August 30th through September 1st, you can watch the top Madden competitors face off at Arlington, Texas, for a total prize pool of $190K. Tune in and watch it, twitch.tv/EA Madden NFL, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, August 30th and 31st, and then 10:30 a.m. Eastern on September 1st to see if Skimbo can go back-to-back-to-back as a Madden Classic champion.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. Prescott now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a 1st down here. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. 3rd down here.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplect. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. To throw is Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, but now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Maher able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Jason Sanders is set to kick off.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
First down 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Check 43. Here we go, going to 52. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Tackle made there by Eric Rowe.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 38, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Prescott now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On first down, Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something. Give me something. 80.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
To throw is Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Rosen to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
Earlier we mentioned the Madden Classic Championship. We also want to remind you that registration is underway for the opportunity to represent your favorite NFL club in the Madden NFL Club Championship. 32 of the best Madden competitors in the world will face off in the Club Championship final live from the EA Broadcast Center in December. Register today for a chance to take home a piece of the largest prize pool in MCS history. Folks, over $700,000. Visit MaddenChampionship.com/compete by October 7th and receive a free Team Elite Fantasy Pack.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie. This game situation. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Quick ball. 50's the mark. 50's the mark. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey.
They'll try and throw forward with Rosen. And that is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Fitzpatrick on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
All day, defense. All day. All day.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a third down.
Here we go. Come on, boy. Kill. Hey, kill. 27.
Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The kick by Maher is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, Alpha. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's our time.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50. Coming this way. Here we go.
Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. Flush to his right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Mike's 50.
And now it's Rosen looking. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Rosen to throw again. It's complete to Grant. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, a touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air as his guys are back within a single score. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now this throw caught left side. There he goes, Amari Cooper. 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 76 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now Prescott. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it's Rosen. And over the middle, this is Parker. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, wahoo! Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go, here we go. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The 43-yard line.
There you go. Go right in. Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. I got him, I got him.
A very good gain on 1st down. 9 yards on the dump off.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. A 20th carry here for Elliott. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the 1st-round pick out of Alabama.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, 33 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 80. 50. Hey, Haywood. Hey, let's get there. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. And watch the leg. Hey.
Rosen will throw. And this will be incomplete.
physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.